All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we've got some EZA detail information. So 2 EZAs for the Carnival Goku and the Gohan, and then a Super EZA for the physical Trunks. So we're going to go through these EZA details. We're going to see what these boys are looking like. Hopefully they're going to be pretty good. I think a lot of people have high hopes for this Goku. The Fizz Trunks and the Gohan, I don't really have high hopes for, especially not the Gohan. The Trunks is kind of indifferent. I think that's kind of an odd one to kind of throw in there, but I think it's because he is a Vegeta's family character. So I think that's kind of why it fits, because of Vegeta leading Vegeta's family. But let's go ahead and let's look through these guys one at a time. We're going to look at what they're doing now. We are going to look at what they were doing before their EZA and kind of compare and contrast these guys and see how much better they are getting with these EZAs. So first one we will start off with is the Goku, the man of the hour, the one that everybody's hoping for to be very, very good. So Turtle School category, Ki +4, and HP attack and defense up by 200%. Yep, gotta love that. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything changing here. Yeah, this new like format is just it still throws me off. It's new, so it's different. Okay, so passive skill here activates instant animation upon character's entry, no condition. It's great. Ki +4 attack and defense up by 159%, chance of performing a crit up by 20%, and guard all attack for 7 turns. And then you got damage reduction up by 20% for 1 turn. Okay, so guard is finite with 7 turns. So is the additional stats and the crit. And then the damage reduction is only 1 turn. I already don't like that per se. Let's see, basic effect, Ki +4, attacking units up by 259%. Okay, that's pretty good. And launch an additional super attack. Okay, so he's got a guaranteed super built in, which is definitely good. When attacking, he gets another 100% attack. When receiving an attack, he gets another 259% defense when HP is 59% or more. Chance to dodge up by 80% when HP is 59% or less. And survives KO attacks up to once within a turn. That's actually really good. So the more HP you have, obviously the better defense, the more he's gonna be able to withstand those attacks. And then when you kind of drop below that threshold, he's got a much better chance to get the hell out of the way, which is obviously a very, very good thing in some of these fights and some of the way that the meta goes now. And then the survive KO attacks is actually really good, really powerful. Majin Do has this as well. And I can tell you it's actually saved my butt a couple times in some of these like harder events. I have had times where, you know, you get hit by one of these big supers. It just happens to show up in a slot you were not hoping for. You know, you're locked in a slot or something like that, and you get hit with one of these big attacks and they're able to survive it and then kind of bounce back. It definitely does help. Let's see, when receiving a Ki Blast super, great chance to nullify and counter with tremendous power. Okay, we love that. 70% chance to counter is always good. For every attack received or evaded, Ki +2 up to 6. Chance of performing a crit up by 20% up to 59%. Attack 100% up to 300%, and defense 100% up to 200%. Okay, this is actually really good, and I do like that they added this stipulation here of or evaded, so that way you don't have to get hit in order for this stuff to start to build. You can dodge, right? Because he's got this dodge right here built in. So, you know, if you're getting hit, you've got this extra defense if you're above this 59% threshold. If you're able to dodge, that definitely helps because you can still work on building this up. So having to get hit really sucks to build stats, but adding in that or evaded is a huge, huge deal. And then if HP is 40% or less at the end of a turn, recovers 59% HP, and 1 time he'll fully recover HP. Okay, that's actually really good. Did he have that before? If HP is 40% or less in a turn, 1 time recovers 59% HP. They just straight up gave this to him forever. Forever. That is crazy. So a 1-time full heal, and then every other time, whenever you fall below this HP threshold, you recover 59% HP just free. That's actually really good. So a free heal. He's got a lot of dodge here, survives KOs. He's got a ton of defense. His first turn is going to be really good. I mean, the 20% damage reduction isn't really a crazy number, but with the amount of defense that he's getting, so really this gives you the point of this, I think, is really to give you that one turn to let him get this part of his passive built up, right? So you're able to get this part built up here before the damage reduction goes away, giving you this extra defense. Then when he's receiving attacks, he's got more defense. He's got more defense built in here. He's got more defense built in here. He's got guard for 7 turns. Yeah, I mean, when I first kind of skimmed through these guys this morning, because obviously I'm getting this very, very late. When I kind of skimmed through this morning before I had to like take care of some stuff, dude, like, and my first initial thought was like, okay, man, he looks fine. But like, the more I look at it, the more I kind of like him. Like, I think his defense is going to surprise people, even though he only has a damage reduction for 1 turn, even though the guard is finite for 7 turns. Some of these fights don't even go 7 turns. So, you know, there is that as well. But I mean, overall, he looks really good. Like, he looks like he's doing a lot. So one of the things I wish he was doing was giving ki, because the Daima Goku has ki issues. So one of the things I was really hoping this guy would do was maybe give some ki to his allies, but it doesn't really seem like I see that built in here anywhere. So that part is unfortunate. But other than that, man, I think what he's doing is good. And obviously, like, I wait to see them in game before I give like a full on, you know, like a no shit assessment on them. But like, first glance, like looking at this stuff now, like, I think he looks like he'll be pretty good. All right, let's look at his super attacks. So on his 12 key, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy, and recovers 10% HP. Was he doing that before? No. Dude, he's just going to be healing out the wazoo. That's actually great. And he's got an additional built in. So you're going to get that every time, right? Because if you launch an 18 key, you're going to get an additional. So you're going to heal. It's going to make getting down to this part a little more difficult. But I mean, it's a good thing, right? The more HP, the better. Like, you don't want to fall down that far. That's actually really good. Okay. His 18 key, greatly raised defense, and then greatly raised attack for 4 turns. Cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. Okay, so he is stacking defense. He's getting more defense. Okay, so stacking defense on his 18 key, and then pseudo stacking his attack for 4 turns. Okay. Yeah, dude, I think the Kai Goku actually looks pretty good from what I'm seeing here. I do like what I'm seeing from this guy. Lots of healing, lots of defense. I mean, no real support, but he's got survivability, which is great, right? It means you kind of throw him on any of these teams and he will still perform really, really well. So that is good to know. All right, the next one we're going to look at here is the Gohan, probably the least hype Carnival LR anniversary LR to ever release. I'll say that right now. He's a Bond Master Disciple category lead. Ki +4, HP attack and defense up by 200%. We go in here, activates the instant animation upon a character's entry. Ki +4, attack and defense up by 158%. Damage reduction up by 20%, and launch additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack for 7 turns. And then guards all attack for 1 turn. Okay, so instead of having guard for 7 turns, so it's kind of the opposite. So instead of having guard for 7 turns, he's got damage reduction for 7 turns and then guard for 1 turn. But he does have this 70% chance of launching an additional. Okay. Basic effect, Ki +4, attack and defense up by 258%. Launch additional at super attack. Okay, just straight out of the gate. Okay, awesome. Super class allies, Ki +3. There we go. Okay, so a little bit of key support there from Gohan, which is good. When attacking, attack and chance of performing a critical hit up by 58% when HP is 58% or more. Launches an additional super attack when HP is 58% or less. Okay, so he's got guaranteed additional here. he's got a guaranteed additional super below the 58% threshold. When you're above that, I mean, he can crit. Okay. So probably don't need to worry about crits in his kit. I would focus on the dodge. Yeah, because he's gonna have this damage reduction for 7 turns. Guard's only for 1 turn. Probably dodge. Same with the Goku. I didn't really talk about that, but I think Goku's gonna do well off dodge and additionals because he's gonna heal on 12 key. We'll look and see what Gohan's super attacks are doing here to see what else we do, but definitely dodging because you want to stay above this threshold, I think. When receiving an attack from an enemy who is hit by the character's ultra super attack or unit super attack, damage reduction up by 50%. Okay, so I mean, that's good. So obviously not a slot 1 character because you're going to want to get this off because then you're going to have this. So it's 70% damage reduction for 7 turns, basically. Guard for the first turn. So the first turn, I think, can be pretty defensive unless you're getting hit by like an AoE. Before he gets a chance to attack, really. So yeah, for every attack received or evaded, there you go, there it is again. Ki +2 up to 6, chance to dodge 20% up to 58%, attack up by 100% up to 200%, defense up 100% up to 300%. Okay, I don't think he looks that bad either. I don't think he's as good as the Goku, but he's actually looks a little bit better than what I would think. The dodge definitely helps. The damage reduction's great. I mean, this part is not as good, but I think it's fine. I do like that he gives Ki. That does help Diamond Goku if you want to put him on the team. Yeah, we need to see what his actual, let's see what his supers are, because we need to see, that's gonna be a big deal on these like additional super attacks that he's launching. We need to see what these do. So on his 12 key, greatly raise attack for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy. Okay, I mean, that's sure. Doesn't really help you with all the additionals. I mean, that's not really gonna do too much for you. If it was defense, that'd be great. Or if he's getting defense, that'd be great, but he's only getting attack. Which, I mean, sure, his attack stat's gonna go up more and more throughout the turn as you're launching these additionals, but that doesn't really do much for you defensive wise. Let's see, his 18 key, greatly raise attack, raise defense, and cause mega cost damage to the enemy, raise super class allies attack up by 30% for 1 turn. Okay, so that's good. So he is greatly stacking attack. He is stacking defense on his 18 key. And then he is giving attack support to super class, which is, again, if you're running him with Diamond Goku, it's going to make Diamond Goku hit really, really freaking hard. He's got a couple unit super attacks. They're going to be the same thing. It's just with different characters. So one of them is going to be activated with keys 18 or more when there is a Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, or Tien attacking in the same turn. And he's going to greatly raise attack, raise defense, cause mega colossal damage to all enemies, and greatly lower attack, while raising superclass allies attack up by 30% for 2 turns, because this was just 1 turn. Okay, so 2 turn attack support, still greatly raising attack, still raising defense, stacking, by the way. And he's attacking all enemies, right? Because yeah, so this is an AoE attack, and then he's going to do the same thing again, but if you have a Piccolo, he can do that. It's just a different animation, but it's the exact same thing. So greatly raise attack, raise defense, mega colossal damage to all enemies, greatly lower attack, and then raise superclass allies attack up by 30% for 2 turns. Okay, not as high on this guy, just because I wish the additionals, I wish his 12 key gave him defense in some sort of way. Like, he does stack defense on his 18 key, on his unit super, but it's only like the regular stack. I think it's 30% for raises defense. I think it's 30%. I think greatly raises 50. So yeah, he is stacking defense. I mean, the attack stacking's good, and it's gonna make him hit really hard. He does have an active skill, which he does, like, goes in like the Great Ape and just shoots like a beam, and like it's a damaging active skill. So that's gonna definitely help for that. I think that's kind of what this is centered around, is building up for that active skill to hit. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I wouldn't say he looks bad. He's just not as good. But I think he still could be okay. Let's look at what he was doing before. Yeah, nothing that really stands out. 30% damage reduction. After receiving 8 or more attacks, he launches additional super. What was it? He just gets it for free now. Yeah, and then when he's getting attacked or dodging, he gets all this build up. Okay, so yeah, that's actually really good. That's actually a good change. And then obviously his active skill, like these don't change. They both have active skills. They're not going to change with the EZAs, unfortunately. But this one's going to hit a little bit harder because he is stacking that attack. But yeah, I don't think that's going to matter too much because I don't think that's what you want. That's not really what you want. I don't know. I'm not as, like I said, I'm not as high on this Gohan, but I think he looks fine for now. Again, we'll see him in game. Reserve full judgment until we see him in game. All right, last one is going to be the Super EZA for the physical Trunks. Now, the only thing that's going to change here is his passive. Nothing else changes. His super attacks are going to remain the same, and he doesn't have an active, so that doesn't really matter. But let's see what he's doing here. So key +3, attack defense up by 250. Great chance to perform a crit. 20% damage reduction. They're all getting 20% damage reduction. Why is everybody only getting 20? Superclass allies attack and defense up by 40%. Extreme class enemies attack and defense down by 30%. Vegeta's family category allies key +2 and attack and defense up by 30% for 3 turns. Okay, so good Vegeta's family support, which, like I said, I think the whole point of this guy getting his Super EZA is that he is meant to help out the Daima Vegeta, since Daima Vegeta does lead Vegeta's family. Let's see, for 1 turn for the character's entry turn, he's got 40% damage reduction just for 1 turn. Man, this limited damage reduction and limited guard, all that stuff, like, it does not help. When attacking with 18 or more key, attacking defense up by 200%. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a great chance to become a super. Okay, this is like, I'm getting AGL Trunks vibes again. When there's an extreme class enemy or when all allies attacking the same turn are super class characters, key +3, attack up by 200%. Changes key spheres into rainbow and guards. Okay, so he does get guard if you're fighting in extreme class or if you have all super class characters in the turn. Okay, that's not too bad. But again, he's only getting 40% damage reduction here for 1 turn. He's got the 20% that's built in. So for 1 turn, you'll have guard and 60% damage reduction. And then after that, you'll have guard and 20% damage reduction. I'm gonna have to relook at his supers. I don't think he stacks, so I don't know about this. When there's a Wicked Bloodline or Terrifying Conquerors category enemy, key +5, attack up by 100% and guaranteed to crit. Okay, so he wants to fight EZAs. He wants to, I mean, that's basically, he wants to fight EZAs. Let's be honest. That's exactly what this moment is. So when there's a Wicked Bloodline or Terrifying Conquerors, he's going to get buffed up a little bit. What were his super attacks? Because again, these are not going to change. Cause colossal damage to the enemy, raise defense by 30% for 6 turns. Ew. Cause mega colossal damage to enemy, raise defense by 30% for 6 turns. Okay. That's actually good. Okay, no, that definitely helps with the fact that he's only got this damage reduction for 1 turn, because you're gonna have this right here, which, I mean, you just got to hope these are supers, man. Yeah, you're gonna want this guy dodging and additionals, as he's already got 70% chance to crit built in. He's got guaranteed crit against Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors. So additionals and dodge, because you're going to want this guy doing additionals to help out his defense, right? The more of these that you can get, the better, because it is for 6 turns, which is great. That lasts for quite a while. So the more you can get off there, the better off you're going to be. Maybe I'm underestimating how good his defense will be after getting off a couple of additional supers. But again, I'm not super high because of the 40% damage reduction only for 1 turn. But this might be because he does get that 6-turn defensive buff. That they're like, all right, that first turn, we're giving you a freebie, build up your defense, and then good luck. And that's really it. So, you know, if you fail these being supers, I mean, it's 70% chance. So, I mean, it's a decent chance that it'll be there. But yeah, you just got to really hope this guy does additionals for you. Otherwise, his defense is not going to look great. But either way, man, I think these guys are going to be good. I think they're going to be fun. Again, full judgment will be reserved until we get to play with them in game. So we will wait for that. There was a JP data download that did have the times for when these guys were released. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, from the time of me recording this, we do have a JP data download that does have the exact times these guys will be released. So all the EZAs will become available at midnight on the 5th EST. There is also this guy here. So Majin Ku is coming as a free-to-play character, which we'll do his own video once we get the global data download in the morning. I will take care of that before I head off to work. I will make sure to cover that data download and go over his stuff as well. But for now, we're just kind of talking about these guys. So yeah, midnight EST on the 5th, these guys will be available. So it's still like 2 days away. So we'll have to wait for that. So again, we got the details tonight. Tomorrow we will get tonight basically we'll get the data download, and then we'll just have to wait another like day, and then they'll be here. So yeah, dude, I think this is pretty good. I like the fact that we're getting 3 pretty decent looking EZAs, 2 more Carnival EZAs, a Super EZA for one of the LRs. Like, I think this is going to be very, very good, very fun. I think they're going to run pretty well with the new characters, the new teams. And a lot of these guys, like this guy in particular, will fit on a lot of teams, So definitely going to be good. Like, let's look at, like, I mean, he's got a decent amount here, but like, yeah, he's gonna be fine. I mean, Pure Saiyans, obviously, Goku's family. Bond of Parent Child is another really good one. Earthred Fighters, Final Trump card. Power of Wishes, once the like Spirit Bomb duo gets their EZA, he's gonna run really well with them. But yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm very much looking forward to this. Yeah, again, their EZAs drop here in a couple days. This is the information for them, so that's gonna do it for the video. So if you guys did stick around to the end, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of the EZA details for the Kai Goku, the intro, basically Z intro Gohan, and then the Super EZA for the physical Trunks. Do you guys like what they're doing with them here? Do you guys have any gripes? Let me know your thoughts down below on these EZAs, and we can definitely talk about them. And then again, once they're actually live, once they're actually in game, we'll run in, we'll check them out and see what they can do. But until then, like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.